Good morning. Today is Thursday, November the 5th, and welcome to our weekly COVID-19 update briefing. Unfortunately, as of today, the parish has experienced a total of 4,468 positive tests, which is an increase of 182 since our last report. And unfortunately, we've experienced 3 more deaths, bringing our total at this point to 123. A major issue remains the disagreement between the State House of Representatives and the governor concerning his authority to manage the state's response to this COVID-19 pandemic. On Friday, October 23rd, the State House of Representatives passed a petition to overturn the governor's authority to issue these directives and restrictions. The legislators are concerned that the governor's directives are too restrictive and harmful to businesses. And their position is that the petition cancels the governor's authority to direct the state's actions to this national and state health emergency issue effective October 23rd. The State Attorney General, Jeff Landry, has agreed with the legislators that this petition overturns the governor's proclamation and his authority to order and direct recovery actions. The governor disagrees, and he believes that the Attorney General and the House of Representatives are incorrect, and he has filed a suit in Baton Rouge on Monday, October 26th, to block this petition. On Wednesday, the 19th Judicial District Judge William Morvant rejected Landry's request for a temporary restraining order, which provides a path for the governor to issue guidance and directives on the state's response to the pandemic. Both sides will now await a November 12th hearing over the issue. The governor has repeatedly stated that he has relied on public health experts and the coronavirus task force at the national level, as well as the Louisiana Department of Health, to provide him the guidance through this historic emergency. His position is that he believes emergencies cannot be effectively managed by committee, and that to abandon these efforts would jeopardize the lives of our people and the gains that we've made to date. He cautions that we not retreat from progress the state has made under his COVID-19 executive orders. The governor has verbally indicated that the state will remain in recovery phase 3 through tomorrow, Friday, November the 6th, or as extended by any subsequent proclamation unless terminated sooner. I expect he will issue a proclamation in his press conference this afternoon stating that the state shall remain in phase 3 for another 4-week period, and any changes, if any, in his next proclamation. The recent surge in positive cases throughout the whole nation makes it very clear that no one is immune to this virus. You just cannot assume that you won't be a victim and that you won't affect somebody else's health and issue and perhaps result in the death of someone. Most medical experts believe that it's only going to get worse here as we enter the cold months when more activity is done inside the homes and the flu season is starting. And the combination of the flu season and the COVID is going to make it even worse. So they ask that we all remain to following the protocols and mitigation procedures, which I will cover in a few minutes. Some individuals, as we know, are asymptomatic and do not show the symptoms, but they do have the virus in them, and they can infect and cause illnesses to others. The directives remain that mask wearing is controversial, but we must simply continue to wear a mask, and the directive from the governor is that every individual in Louisiana 8 years old or older wear a face covering over his or her nose and mouth when inside a commercial or any other building or space open to the public, whether indoors or outdoors, and this is to include either both public and commercial modes of transportation. Also, the Center for Disease Control has recently announced that young children as young as 2 years of age are more likely to have and transmit the virus than previously thought. So it is recommended that children 2 years of age or older wear masks. So as we await an effective vaccine, what should we do to save lives, help improve our economy, and remain in phase 3? First, as we like to always stress, is continue to follow the prevention and mitigation protocols. Next, get a flu shot. Flu season's upon us, and it's just imperative that we do everything we can to reduce the potential for compounding the problem of having the flu season and COVID occurring at the same time. The governor has stated that should we have an increase in the number of positive cases to the point that it overwhelms our health system, it might be necessary to regress to a lower phase of recovery. Hopefully that will not be necessary. The governor believes it's incredibly important that we do follow these mitigation prevention protocols, and as I always do, I'd like to just repeat those summarily to remind everybody what we should be doing. First, wear a mask. This is not popular, but it is extremely important. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Cough into the bend of your elbow. Do not touch your face. Disinfect surfaces which are frequently touched. Practice social distance of at least 6 feet. If you're sick, stay at home and follow the advice of your medical provider. And as always, avoid crowds. According to CDC, symptoms of COVID-19 may appear in as little as 2 days, but as long as 14 days after exposure. If you have any general questions concerning coronavirus, you can call 211 and get more general information. I want to thank all the citizens of Bossier City and the parish for your continued support and participation in trying to prevent this pandemic from being worse than it already is. Our next briefing will be Thursday, November the 12th. This concludes our briefing. I thank you and good day.